There are few films that loom quite as large as Jurassic Park. 26 years later, and the rather quaint 15 minutes of dino carnage still remain one of the greatest examples of movie magic. Jurassic Park is of course all about bringing these extinct animals to life, and a lot of that credit goes to the brilliant engineers at ILM and Stan Winston Studios. However, the spellbinding effect that these creatures hold on us is largely due to the assured direction of Steven Spielberg. Jurassic Park is perhaps the greatest visual achievement from our greatest visual storyteller. Today I want to examine the images directed by Spielberg and captured by cinematographer Dean Cundey, and how dinosaurs were brought to life through scale and framing. There's a desire for our blockbusters to be larger than life, and Jurassic Park embodies this in more ways than one. First, there is the aspect ratio. Now, most big budget films you'll see are shot in the 2:3:5:1 aspect ratio, aka CinemaScope. Now, action films are almost made for this aspect ratio. The tight shots feel even tighter, and a greater emphasis is put on lateral movement, which almost every single action scene is built around. I should also point out that Fallen Kingdom was also shot in this format. Jurassic Park, on the other hand, is shot in the 1:8:5:1 aspect ratio, which gives 24% more vertical space in the frame. Spielberg uses this extra 24% to its full potential, and the best way to explain how is to compare the iconic Bronchiosaurus scene to a similar one from the latest sequel. First, let's go over the types of shots and how they're used in this scene. You'll notice that all the shots of the principal cast are medium shots taken roughly at eye level. The characters remain stationary as they look up at this behemoth. In the first wide shot of the Bronchiosaurus, the dino nearly blends into the terrain and central building. When the characters share the frame with the dinosaur, they do so evenly, if not giving the humans more presence. As the Bronchiosaurus leaves the scene, it gets cluttered by other objects, with this vehicle taking up more space in the frame. The characters are meant to be struck with awe and wonder. But did you feel that awe and wonder? Okay, enough playing around. Steven, show him how it's done. In this scene, the characters don't just react, but also stand up into frame. Jurassic Park is very much a film about verticality. This Jeep starts in frame, but is quickly abandoned by the camera to track the dinosaur. The camera pans to cover the length and tilts to cover the height. When sharing the frame with the dinosaurs, Dr. Grant and Dr. Sattler are kept to the bottom half of the frame, relying on exaggerated body language to convey their emotions. The medium shot is only used when more than one person is shown, and that's to emphasize the group dynamic. The low shot we saw in Fallen Kingdom is even lower here, and again keeps the humans as small as possible. We finally get a full view of the Bronchiosaurus in this climactic wide shot. The humans are so small and low in the frame that in the CinemaScope aspect ratio they would be cut from the shot. As the dinosaur stands up, it matches the size and shape of these trees, fully communicating the scale of this creature. Spielberg is using every compositional trick in the book to make the frame feel huge, and this applies to more than just the dinosaurs. From the front gate to the vast lands and the towering waterfall, this is a land for giants. This sense of size and scale is also applied to the humans, especially in the first half. Before the island, most characters were shot in fairly standard Spielberg coverage, but once they get to the island, low angles and extreme close-ups are the name of the game. Whenever they're shown playing with the dinosaurs, the camera makes sure to have the humans tower over them. Visually, they are playing God. The full frame is required to show the wonder and awe necessary for the storyline, how the dinosaurs and the island and the look on people's faces fill up the entire screen. But awe is only half the picture. Jurassic Park is of course a horror film in disguise, and what makes the horror element so effective is how deliberately it contrasts with the awe and wonder that came before. Where the key to awe is scale, the key to horror is claustrophobia, as the humans are trapped by these giants in compact and deadly spaces. They aren't attacked in the vast open plains, but instead in computer rooms, kitchens, and 4x4s. Much like the set pieces in Indiana Jones, all of these scenes become a dance between the humans, the antagonists, and the environment. Every shot communicates the relationship between these three elements, often by connecting them within the same frame. The environments are also clearly definable shapes, and it's a navigation of these environments that separates life and death for the people in danger. Now, while Indiana Jones will constantly punch and whip his way out of danger, Jurassic Park revolves around a different set of rules.
Keep absolutely still. This vision is based on movement.
Being trapped with these creatures in small compact spaces, the characters have to think up and plan every single move. Any wrong action can mean death. Because of this, much of these set pieces focus on our characters deliberating their movements, waiting for that perfect time to act. The thread of these scenes always remains the dinosaurs, so all the screen time when our characters patiently wait to do something become the dinosaurs' time to shine. Save a couple shots, the dinos are almost exclusively shot from our character's perspective, to add to the subjectivity of the scene. This is the key to the effectiveness of the horror. Previously we were seeing the full grace of these dinosaurs from a distance, but now they're right in front of us, trapping us within these cramped spaces. Spielberg often creates a frame within a frame, shooting close-ups of the dinosaurs through the surrounding geography. The subjective lens that Jurassic Park utilizes, particularly the motif of shooting dinosaurs through objects and especially glass, is largely what sells this effect, how it blends their reality with our own. A standout moment has to be this shot of the T-Rex, where the transition from animatronic to CGI is masked by the interior of the Jeep. Additionally, whenever our characters share the screen time with the dinosaurs, their presence becomes dwarfed by these giants. There's no question as to who holds the power in these scenes. This power dynamic extends well beyond the scenes with dinosaurs. For instance, this is how Dr. Hammond is shot before the attacks, and this is how he's shot after them.
Spared no expense.
There are plenty more visual ideas at play in Jurassic Park. For instance, characters often descend into danger and ascend towards safety. This idea is bookended by the helicopter rides towards and away from the park. Also, whenever our characters are making important decisions about the dinosaurs, they are backlit with an angelic glow. But these core principles on scale and framing, the night and day difference between awe and horror, are what really matter. There are plenty of problems with the sequels, with the writing being the standout, but more often than not, I find they fail to meet these principles. There's a confusion in those films, and many other blockbusters, as to what I'm meant to feel in any given moment, and I think that confusion stems from the images being projected. There's no wonder to me why the best scenes of the sequels are not the moments of dynamic action, but instead the scenes where the characters are forced not to move. Yes, Jurassic Park is great because of the brilliant effects and earnest performances and surprisingly sharp screenplay, but it's also a masterclass in blocking and cinematography. Now, cinematography isn't about the beauty of an image or the dynamic nature of a shot. It really boils down to two things. What does the shot say? And how does it make you feel? If you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and also hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next episode. Enjoy.